What's going through your head on that last drive? Do you watch? Do you look away? Just wait for your shoulder to be tapped?
No, I was definitely watching. At the 5-minute mark, just the way the game was going, I'm like, I got to stay ready. And I think I told Kyle Nelson, I'm like, stay ready. We need to clutch up here. So, and when you're on a good team, you know you're going to get an opportunity. And I just stayed ready. And yeah, it all worked out. Everyone clutched up when we needed to.
How closely are you watching on the final drive in particular? Do you figure, is there a yard marker that you feel like you need?
Yeah, in warm-up I was hitting from 55, and I'm 7.5 yards back from the line of scrimmage when I kick. So 47.5 yard line, I told them, and then I think we were like 2 yards away. I'm like, oh, I felt bad saying, I'm like, we just need a little bit more. It was like 3 seconds on the clock. I'm like, man, I wish I was stronger. But no, and then Rourke and Katoy did what they did, and it was an amazing play. And again, great execution all around.
Talk to us a little bit more about the mental side of it, because you kick all these field goals throughout your career, but this is very different when you have a game on the line. Yeah,
well, that's the situation you dream about as a kid. And when I go and practice in the off season, I actually work on that situation where I'll hit about 6 footballs, and on the 6th one, that's the game winner. I visualize the whole thing happening. Offense goes down. I go to kick. They call a timeout. I do my routine, but I usually walk well away. And back in the day, Wally Bono taught me a technique. If you enter the field, like take a big loop, so I'll go to the 55-yard line, walk towards my tee. The uprights start to do this. So it's like an optical illusion for me and gives me that confidence as well. So I did that as well. Plus, right before that, we were standing on the field for so long, I was sweating. And all I could think about was the sweat in my eyes, and they called a timeout. And I'm like, thank God. Like, I could wipe my face off, and I felt good after that. So I got to go through my routine. My routine relaxed me, and I felt pretty comfortable.
How important is it to visualize it and really see that the goalposts widen, as you said?
Well, I do a lot of visualization as well, and that helps a lot. It's just extra reps, and you're creating muscle memory by doing that. So again, I visualize that situation all the time, and so when you're under that extreme pressure, you kind of just go in and be an athlete and just kick the ball.
Yeah, I think in the past we talked about the kicking motion, like a golf swing, and the repetition there. Is there stuff that you've gotten better at over the last few years as far as the mental side of things that you've evolved?
Absolutely. It's my job's 90% mental. So, and I know my miss is when I peak early and I pull left. So it's just like a golf swing. You know, if you peak early, you're going to pull, or it's a weak one to the right. So I just knew if I kept my eyes down a little bit longer, I try to overemphasize that, even though if I watch it on film, like, man, I could have kept my eyes down longer, because it's so easy to peak, especially under pressure. But before that kick, just said, keep your head down, I don't miss. And then, yeah, it all worked out. Kind of just black out.
You talked about that timeout. I mean, you see it all the time, and they talked about it on the broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to ice them. Is that BS, or like how does that work for you when that kind of thing happens?
Yeah, actually, in that situation, I needed it for the sweat in my eyes. But no, I don't even want to tell anybody, but I'd rather the timeout, to be honest. I get to do my whole routine again, and I didn't get to do my routine, go out in the 55 and walk close or walk towards the upright. So there, it settled me down. I visualize, I can talk to myself. I make that kick in my sleep all day long. Why can't I do it right now? But it is the pressure. The pressure that's what you choke, is when you don't breathe properly, can't control the heart rate. So just trying to breathe, just trying to go through the routine and relax myself. But you don't really relax fully.
And you said, oh, I wish I was stronger. But yeah, thinking about that, is it hard not to let that get in your head and say, because we all know what happens if you try to kick something or over golf swing, like you just said it, you're going to hook it, right?
Exactly.
Is it really hard to stay?
That is it. But at 43 yards, I had the wind. I just told myself, like you said, I just don't overswing. Be very smooth and head down, follow through. Earlier in the warm-up that day, I wasn't following through, so I was really saying eyes down, follow through nice and high, especially with Oakman right there. I had to get that thing up because he stood in front of me before the snap, and I'm like, this guy's a monster. And he was looking at me, so I was kind of scared. And but I just knew with a follow-through, I get the height and I get the power, and I actually hit a really good ball. So I knew right away when I hit it, I heard the thud, and it was going dead straight, so could start the celebration early.
You looked like a kid in a candy shop when that happened. Is that still that feeling like when you do this?
I got chills when you say that. No, it's my dream. As a kid, I didn't play football as a kid, but you're playing street hockey. Oh, the time's going 3, 2, 1. Sean Whyte scores, and I go through. It's just a dream of mine, and to do it for BC, my hometown, my home province, it makes it even better. And every time after a game, I look at my jersey and I put it down. I put it down nicely because I respect the heck out of that jersey.
When do they ask you, like, how far do you need?
The starting of the drive. Coach Corey already knows McDermott already knows my range. I tell him pregame. Going into the fourth, I said, actually going that way, just with a nice easy swing, 53 yards, I got more in the tank if you need it, but then we're swinging a little harder, which I don't want to do. But when that drive started, I just said, just get me to the 47 and a half. I can swing at a 55. I know I can make it. But so I told him to start the drive. Corey came down and said, what do we need? I said 47 and a half. So
what does this do for the entire group, winning like that?
It's amazing. It's what we need. I just felt like, in my opinion, we're a new team under a new coaching staff. We're trying to get, we're creating a new identity for ourselves. Guys got to figure out where they stand in the team, You got so many different characters, and I think a win is huge. We get that taste of winning. It's so hard to win in the CFL. But when you get some momentum, you get some luck, you can build off that. And the guys downstairs in meetings just now, there was just phenomenal energy. We just got to bring that energy all game long.
Did you think you'd still love it after all these years?
I friggin' love it. There's nothing else I would want to do, and I'm in the right spot. I'm at home, like I said, and with a great team, great group of guys, and I love doing what I do. The fire's still in me to compete, and that feeling there just rejuvenated me a little bit more. I don't ever want to quit. I want to keep getting better. I know I can still be better. But no, I'm going to enjoy it while I got it, but we also got to move forward. I still have to be better. I got that first one blocked. That was on me. I was too slow. So I got a lot to work on, but we're going to enjoy it. Tonight we're going to Sandcastle Bowling Club for a little bowling action as a team. There's a little drop from my buddy that owns the place. But no, it's just a great team to be a part of. And I love hanging out with these guys.
I know you got to run, but 8, according to our research,
Yeah.
Liam and I's research, 8 career walk-off field goals.
Oh, cool.
Do you remember them all?
No. I think Claire Hanna at the end of the game, she's like, how many is that? I'm like, I don't look at that stat. I don't even remember what happened last week. So no, it's just fun to get an opportunity, because those opportunities don't come often. So it was really cool to contribute with the team and be a part of a celebration.
Only as good as the next one. And
Exactly.
Lastly, I know Montreal, I don't know if it ended ceremoniously there, we've talked about
Nope.
it, but is it fitting little extra sweet to happen there after all these years?
No, it's no disrespect to Montreal. I love the city and the people and the fans. The fans are still awesome with me, and they're talking to me throughout the whole game, but in good fun. And I don't hold any regrets or nothing negative towards the organization at all. My time there was the time of my life. But yeah, obviously to hit a game winner because you guys cut me, it felt great.
They were swearing at you in French.
Oh yeah. I understand those words.
Thanks, Whyte.
Yeah, thank you.